Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 33rd Commitments of Traders Report of 2023, and as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials positions. But before we jump to the review, just a brief reminder, for those who are new to COT analysis here at COTBase.com, you'll find a lot of educational material. Not only do we have these in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well that can guide you through the analysis process. I should also mention that we have some very useful indicators. I'll be showing you the iCOT Intraday Indicator with AfterSignal, a special tool that we've developed after many years of research, bringing you the concepts of COT analysis into the shorter time frames. We offer the COTBase Pro, an indicator, everything you get in the premium service, the website. You can actually use it on your own platform in NinjaTrader. The iCOT is available for TradingView and NinjaTrader as well. So back to the review, and starting off with our first market, which as you can see is the Minneapolis wheat. We are of course analyzing the classic CO2 report, or as CFTC calls it, the legacy data. The combined futures and options data. We're not showing you all the market categories, only the most important ones right now. But of course, if you become a member, you can analyze any one of them. So let's start off with our first market here, wheat. We have, of course, 3 different types of wheat. So if you're trading one of them, it's best to have a look at all 3 wheat COT reports. This one is the Minneapolis wheat, and as you can see, we have a 35% change in commercials net positions based on a 52-week look back period. That of course corresponds to a yearly chart, so this is a 1-year chart, and that is the recent change, being definitely amongst the greatest. I would say probably is the greatest change in the past 1 year. It is a bullish COT change signal after a decline that's been going on for a couple weeks now. So it's coming at a good point in time, technically speaking, at a support level, suggesting that we should see some sort of strengthening in this market in the next couple of days. Now, moving to the 5-year chart gives us the chance to examine stress levels. So in this case, we are analyzing the extreme positioning of traders. And on this 5-year chart, you can see that we had the most bullish COT extremes when commercials were holding roughly 20,000 contracts. We're of course talking about net positions. So the red line representing net positions of commercials, and the green line, the net positions of large speculators, whereas small speculators who trade in a much smaller volume, CFTC calls them non-reportable, so they don't have to report to CFTC. They are represented on a separate scale chart. So as you can see, the most bullish COT extremes when commercials were at their highest net long positions can be seen over here. An example from September of 2019, 2020, another one from 2020. So these are the most bullish extremes just at these lows. The most bearish COT extreme, we have 2 great examples of that. October of 2021, and then another one just before this top developed in May of 2022. So where are we right now? Well, we're roughly at the zero line, net zero for commercials, large speculators, and even small speculators. So it's in between those extremes. For that reason, I would not say there is any sort of extreme signal at the moment. So it is really the bullish change signal that we can witness both in commercials and large speculators that you can act upon. I'd be waiting for greater extremes to come before I could conclude that it's a bottom or close to the bottom, of course in case of a bullish extreme. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us. The next market is copper, 27% change over here. Again, this is a bullish COT change signal in commercials net positions. Coming to the 1-year chart, it becomes more visible. Again, a much greater than average change size. We have seen greater changes in the past, but it's definitely top 5 or maybe top 3. Again, it is coming after a decline. And by the way, I should have mentioned this at the wheat analysis. I do like change signals when they come, well, first of all, when they're greater than average. If they're much greater, even better. And when they're pointing in the opposite direction as the market is headed, that's actually, signaling a possibility that the market's going to react suddenly. Now, of course, that's not always the case. We had a greater change last week without any reaction from the market. So caution is advised. This is, of course, a signaling tool as any other in technical analysis. Although I should point out the fact that I really enjoy about COT reports, these charts that you see under the price chart, of course, they are technical indicators, or they look like technical indicators, but they do have a significant fundamental information inside them. So these charts are not derived from price. Most indicators that you see, relative strength index, or moving averages, MACD, anything of that sort, they're all the derivatives of price and volume. So everything coming from price. The commitments of traders' data itself is actually representation of the open interest. So what traders are doing with those contracts. So it's a highly valuable data. I encourage everyone who's watching this review and is new to COT analysis to really understand that basic concept about commitments of traders analysis. Moving to the 5 years chart, so we concluded there's a bullish COT change signal. Do we have an extreme? Well, actually, the extreme is definitely leaning towards the bullish side of things. So you can see with the vertical line over here, I'm showing you commercial traders' positions are closer to their bullish COT extreme. Now, I'm not saying, we're going to see a rapid rally from here, but it does show that if this decline continues and traders continue their bullish extreme positioning, then we should get a significant extreme in the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us. Now, I'm going to pause here for the classic COT review part of the video and jump over to the TradingView platform over here and just briefly show you the iCOT Intraday Indicator that we've developed. So you see these charts underneath, these COT charts, basically, they are score lines that we've developed. And they're not data from CFTC. I'd like to underline that. However, we did use a lot of methods, AI and other sorts of methods, to really bring back that concept into the shorter time frame. And, basically we do analyze stress levels. So the strongest type of signals in the iCOT intraday indicator, and I should come here for a second and show you. I have a great chart over here. So we do have example charts. And then the third slide over here, this is gold, by the way. We show you all the different signal types. So what we do is we differentiate between speculators and commercials. The red being, of course, commercials, as in classic COT analysis. And any signal, any higher stress in their position, the score position here, is represented with a yellow diamond. If it's underneath the candle, of course, it's a bullish signal. If it's above, it's a bearish signal. For speculators, the color of the candle is going to change to blue. And when both happen at the same time, supported by this gray balance line, then we can have these vertical red in case of a sell signal, or green in case of a buy signal. We call them stripe signals. So they happen rarely compared to, as you can see here, we have a bunch of commercial extremes. But when we have both sides at an extreme, that's really the strong signal. So getting back to the copper example over here, you can see that back in mid-July, we had a stripe signal, and we've been getting a lot of great sell signals from the system throughout this decline that we've just witnessed. This is a 4-hour candlestick chart, and with the after signal, you actually get this stop line that sometimes acts as a great support resistance line as well. So not a bad tool for anybody who's interested in shorter time frame signal. So this is the 1-hour candlestick chart. You can see we do get a few buy signals on the way, but they're short-lived. The system gets out pretty short, and you can see that it filters out a lot of noise. So that's the benefit of the AfterSignal. So that's iCOT Intraday Indicator with AfterSignal. Back to the review. So we ended copper, crude oil, the Brent crude oil to be specific. Of course, we have the WTI and the Brent. So here we have a 27% change in commercials net positions. You can see that is a bullish change signal, a bit larger than average. We have seen greater changes in the past, suggesting strengthening in the next couple of days. Moving to the 5-year chart, you can see that we are somewhat in between the two extremes, maybe a bit closer to bullish levels. I'd say pass on that. Honestly, I wouldn't argue anything either way. And briefly, let's just glance at the extreme situation in large speculators net positions. We've got rough rice on top of our list with a 179 report extreme. It is a bearish COT extreme, of course, suggesting weakness coming in the next couple of months ahead of us. Heating oil, another energy market, 95 report extreme in large speculators. So about 2 years since we've witnessed such extremes. It is once again a bearish COT extreme. The fact that small speculators are relatively optimistic about the market. So they're close to 30,000 contracts net long, again supporting a more bearish picture ahead. And last but not least, we've got platinum with a 47 report extreme. So not that large just by looking at the number, but it's always a good idea to open the charts because they do speak a little bit more about what's going on. So we're definitely close to bullish COT extreme levels in the case of platinum. So suggesting we could see a bottoming coming in the next couple of weeks, month ahead of us. That was all for this review. There's a lot to do here at COTBase.com. We only show you a few markets and just a couple of tool sets. We do offer a lot of tools for you. If you're somebody trading a specific market, let's say the Australian dollar, then of course we offer you the report in depth. Anything you need to get, you can see. You can actually download the data if you're a pro member. And as I said, we have some wonderful indicators for you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment underneath the video or send us an email to info@cotbase.com. And as I always forget, this time I did not. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you like the video. That means a lot to us. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope to see you in my next COT review. Take care and goodbye.